On today's show, I want to tell you a little bit about the gaming culture. And I want to give you a little bit of advice to help improve the gaming culture so we can all just have a great time. Now, before I get into it, I don't want you all to think that the gaming culture has just become something horrible and bad. That isn't the case. The thing is, we are living in a great time when it comes to gaming. I mean, we have all these awesome games released all the time. I mean, look at like Red Dead Redemption and Spider-Man, God of War. We've had some great games come out this year. We are spoiled for choice, in fact. And when it comes to tabletop gaming, we're in a generation where there's just so much out there now. Look at the game like Zombicide, for example. Such a great game. I mean, gone are the days where the only two options that you had was Monopoly and Scrabble. Those would have been your main two options. Now, there is just so much more. Virtual reality is another great thing that we have in gaming too. I mean, yes, we are in its infant form, but there is so much to offer when it comes to virtual reality. I mean, there's even a lot of interactive games that you've got now, games where you can actually interact with other players. They're pretty, they are pretty primitive at the moment for what we're going to see in the future, but it's still cool. And if you can imagine it, just think of what could come of virtual reality in the future. Imagine playing Grand Theft Auto 6 in virtual reality. Imagine playing a virtual reality game without a controller. Imagine playing a virtual reality game using your mind. Now, I'm not saying that that is definitely going to be something that happens, but we didn't always think that we'd be able to fly, and we've got planes today. Now, unfortunately, with great things that we get in gaming, there is always going to be some terrible, terrible things as well. The toxic gaming community in some games is just terrible. I mean, look at the game of Fortnite. I don't personally play it, but I've heard from so many people how toxic that game can be when it comes to its player base. I mean, I know a person who played Fortnite for the first time. He got called a faggot and then he turned it off and never played again. I mean, why would you want to play a game where you're just fighting people all the time? Like, and I don't mean shooting people. That's the game, obviously. But I mean, why would you want to play a game where you're just going to be harassed all the time? It isn't fun and it isn't cool. And guys, if you're like that, come on, man. GTA 5 Online is a game I have a lot of experience with. And there is so much toxicness on there, it's not even funny. I mean, from grown men swearing at little kids. And yes, I realise little kids should not be playing a game like that in the first place. But I still think you shouldn't be talking to them like that. You've got a lot of griefing going on. And I'm not sure what the solution is to that. Maybe create more PvE servers. Like, you have your passive mode, so it's an option. Some people just quit because of the griefing. Pay to win in Grand Theft Auto is pretty bad. You have the option to spend real currency to buy GTA dollars. Then you can buy the best stuff in the game and just thrash other players. And don't get me started on modding. GTA is so bad when it comes to modding, and it's not the only game. I've seen streamers get caught out playing Counter-Strike, using wall hacks and all these things like that. Just cheating. And these are paid streamers doing this. I mean, come on, you're supposed to be setting an example. Now let me say something about the PlayStation versus Xbox thing. It's unnecessary. Like, this war between fans of PlayStation and Xbox going at it all the time, talking all this crap about two consoles that are so similar to each other. So similar, in fact, that I don't think both consoles should exist. It's not like the days where you had the Nintendo, I think it was the Super Nintendo and the Sega Mega Drive. Two completely different consoles. And they were at war with each other. But it was different back then, and it was worth it back then because they were different. And that was the reason you'd buy the Nintendo, because you liked Nintendo more. Or that was the reason you bought the Sega, because you liked Sonic more than Mario, or something like that. But it's not like today where almost all the games on both consoles are the same. Yes, each console has its exclusives, but I think if there was one console, you could call it the Sony X PlayStation, whatever. It would have all those exclusives on there anyway, because there would only be the one system. This brings me to the Switch. The Switch is far from a perfect console. It's not perfect. But what it does really well. Because it's its own console. The detachable controllers and the portableness of the Switch is a really good selling point for a lot of people, I think. The fact that you can play it on your TV at home, you can bring it with you to the shops or to wherever you want to go. If you're on a train or a bus or you're a passenger in a car, it's a really cool thing to have. And it differentiates itself when it comes to the games. You're not just playing the same games, although the Switch does have certain games that other system has, like Fortnite. But everyone has Fortnite on every single system. Let's be honest here. But the Switch separates itself in the fact that its games are just different. You've got your games like Pokemon. You've got your Smash Brothers and things like that. And I think it's that makes the Switch a really, really cool thing to get into now. So what's my verdict on the gaming culture? Is it doomed? Far from it. With all these bad toxic players out there, that's not all there is. I'm sure you are a great player who plays fairly and does the right thing. And I'm sure there are many others out there just the same. So we're not doomed. But what can we do to help improve the gaming culture? Let's not do griefing. Let's not use mods. Let's play fair. And let's not take gaming too seriously, because it's just gaming at the end of the day. This is our leisure time. This is the time where we're having fun, when we're not taking things so seriously. Let's enjoy gaming for what it is, and that's gaming. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. It's always been a pleasure to make videos for you, and I'll have another video coming up really soon. I aim to keep making one video a week, and probably a couple of extras over the next couple of weeks. I also have the return of Zombicide, if anybody is interested in that, the Zombicide series. But for now, I've been Cameron Pleasant. Don't forget, stay legendary, and I will see you next time.